Welcome, Virgo, to your August spiritual reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on in your spiritual reading, Virgo, for the end of August. And this reading is made for the end of the month, so that way you can work on it through the next month, and then we'll give you another message next month. Okay. Best message for Virgo, please. There we go. Navigating by the stars. Follow your bliss for the first light, beginning a new cycle. Nice. So by navigating by the stars over here, it's showing that this new cycle will start beginning. I just feel like there is a new beginning starting anyways. Let's see, navigating by the stars over here is talking about trust your gut, have faith that the higher power is directing your life, believe, allow your life decisions to be dictated by what opens your heart and by what brings you joy. Relax, be patient, follow your bliss. And just remember, guys, that your life is divinely guided, okay? And all is going according to the wonderful plan for your life. Okay, so be confident that all is well. Just keep navigating and going exactly where you're supposed to be going. And remember that your sacred traveler also wants you to understand that sometimes you can't see the road ahead of you, but when you become still, you can feel the right way to go. It's like navigating by the stars, your soul wants you to know. You might not be able to see every detail of the path for your life, but when you trust in the light and the stars, then you can start seeing and perceiving things and knowing that you'll find the right place at the right time to be. And this is where the first light is really coming in. The first light is also a lot about perception as well, beginning of the new cycle. It's allowing you to understand that a new day has begun in your life. You're beginning a new cycle. It's time to release the old and start again. Okay, so, and like I said, it feels a lot like perception. It feels like, because, you know, we change, we evolve every year, every day we're evolving. A lot of times our choices change. Sometimes we perceive things one way in our yesterday, then we perceive them today, and that's a part of growth. So it really feels like the new cycle for you is actually perception, and really being able to navigate through the stars, because you do see something within your future that you are actually going through, right? So it's kind of like this new cycle has begun, my perception has changed, but now I'm looking and I'm sitting over here thinking, right? I'm missing something, but I can see that the future holds this if I do this. So, you know, it's really a cycle of change in the way we grow, because we do evolve all the time as we grow. That's what, spiritual growth is not thinking the way we thought when we were 20. You have to imagine, you don't think the same way about certain ideals that you did when you were 16. You may have, when you were 16, thought this was the way this was supposed to be, but then by the time you're 30, you're like, you know what, that's wrong, that's stupid, like that, can't even believe I thought like that. That's not even truth, right? That's just, you know what I mean? So that's really what it feels like. It feels like there's something going on where you're having this new cycle of perception that's changing, and you're seeing your future in a different light. So Spirit says go after that and follow your bliss, because you're on the right path, right? You have the Oracle Chedelia coming out over here, and she is literally talking about that same exact thing, heading on your journey with enthusiasm, knowing that you've changed throughout this life experience that you're going on. So this journey that you're going on, there could have been something that was holding you back previously from following your dreams, your stars. And like I said, a lot of it feels like it was a perception of a way of thinking, and now you're thinking, no, actually, I can push forward this way. Maybe my own thought was holding me back, or someone's opinion was holding me back. But now you're getting through thought process over here with the Oracle, and she's allowing you to understand that you hold a space for yourself, you know, and that this is where you're supposed to be. So you can be encouraged to keep going forward with that thought process that you are going through, because you're definitely on the right path. Maybe it's just looking for that one star. Maybe some of you are like, I know I'm on the path, but I can't find that one star that I'm looking for, but I know it's there, right? With the first light over here, you have Bath Coal coming out. And Bath Coal, another beautiful card. These cards, I love these cards. I can't say all their names perfectly, but, you know, I'm trying over here. But however it is, this is talking about a complicated explanation. Man, it almost feels like some of my readings. A complicated explanation of how I'm trying to do something. Hey, you talking to me, Bath Coal? You know, it's just really talking about the simplicities of what is going on and finding the deepest truths within where you're navigating, right? So, and being true to your heart. And that's the most important thing, is that you're being true to yourself, keeping yourself over here. So Bath Coal wants you to understand that it is the perfect time and the perfect way for you to start doing this. And this new cycle is the perfect timing, right? So if you have a powerful voice that something needs to be said as you're navigating, Bath Coal will allow you to say that. And that's telling you your spiritual perspective is on target. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, and make sure that you are speaking what you need to speak from your heart. And focus upon everything that you're doing at this time through this spiritual perspective journey. And that's really what it is. And I said that in the beginning, and she really is a perspective card. So it is about your changing the way you're thinking. And that's what your spiritual growth really is at this time that you're going through right now, is a thinking process. You know, it's like you really stood back, looked at it from a different perspective and said, you know what? This is the way it's going to be, because this is the way I'm now thinking. Spiritual growth comes in so many different ways, and this is the way it's coming to you now, Virgo, is through hindsight 2020. And it's a more mature way of thinking, in its own way for you, right? Everybody has their own ways of thinking. Perception is hindsight 2020, so not everybody might feel like they're on the same page with you. But that's okay, because we all have our own journey to go on. And let's see what Bath Coal and the Oracle has to say over here. They're talking about manifesting, taking action where action is needing, and making sure that you're law and attracting where you need to law and attract for your truths of yourself. Yeah, and being true to yourself with the Queen of Cups, because you have all this intuition going on around you right now. And the Queen of Cups is super perceptive. She knows what's at the bottom of her cup. So she knows when her cup is half empty or half, you know, or completely full. So maybe half full, right? This is going to take a little bit of time to get exactly where you need to be to navigate the stars. So this is actually a perfect reading for you at this time, because it's going to take a little bit of a while for you to actually get to where you need to be. But just know that you're persistently moving where you're supposed to be moving. There could be little things here and there that might want to catch your attention with the Knight of Coins. So you might want to stop and eat some grass over here. And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, wait a minute, I'm supposed to keep moving. So if you do feel that, that's just because you're still growing in that area. So I don't see it as a bad thing. I think it is a really good thing. It's kind of like the stop, rest, take more in as I'm looking for this area. So like I said, I don't see it as bad. It's more of you becoming more prepared as you're looking around. And it's also a protection mode as well. Okay. And it could just be also that you're stopping to listen to your intuition. So, but you'll continue to, you know, push forward and spring into action when action is needed. Okay. Yeah. See, with the Chariot. The Chariot's the next card out. So, and it's because what? You're going after your passionate desires, the things that make you passionate, your own heart's desires. So things you're passionate about, whatever that is. Okay, and I do have these new cards. These are the daily healing cards. Use these. Another small, cute little deck. Let's see what's going on. The best message for Virgo for this spiritual reading this month. These are just little inspiration cards to keep everybody moving. Oh, there it is. It just fell right out. Look at that. See yourself as you would see a friend. Be objective about it. Interesting, because we're talking about perceptiveness. So that's very interesting. And when we talk about perception, we talk about stepping outside of the box a lot of times, right? So that way we can see inside the box from a different perspective. We can see our friends and our family doing things that they don't notice, right? They don't notice what they're doing, but everybody else can see it. And so therefore, I love this card because it's saying, as you're doing this on your perspective, make sure that you stand outside that box on your way to see yourself objectively. Wow, that's awesome. Because really, that is the best thing. We cannot see ourselves a lot of times the way our friends see us. They see us as like, you're being really stubborn. No, I'm not. Okay, well, if I were to stand out of the box and then look back at myself, and if I could rewind the tape, maybe see it like a video, then be like, wow, okay, hold on. Yeah, I was being pretty crabby and pretty stubborn. Might even been a little bitchy about the situation. Whoops, right? But at that time, you're not going to see that. So make sure that you're literally doing that. I love that. That's a great card. It's a great card. Because this really does help with a lot of self-growth, because we can see ourselves in a different way that the world perceives us as, besides just us seeing us as the way we are, right? Awesome. Till next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.